Hi friends, this is Aussie Bear Budgets, and what we are doing today, as you can see I have a blank canvas here except for a few little things off to the side. What we're doing today is a how-to video. I did have a, what do you want, Miss Pippin? Hey, what you want? You just want to be in the mix of it. Yes. Oh, really? Okay, we could have a visitor. I've got Miss Pippin right beside me here. She's sitting on all of my bits and pieces because she feels that I have taken her chair. Okay, right. Okay, she's on the bench now, so it's all good. Okay, what was I talking about? Okay, I had a follower, a subscriber, put in the comments that she was very new to cash stuffing, savings challenges, etc. And so she didn't understand how to do it. And so I thought that I would do a how-to video. Now, straight up, I just want to say that I am not an authority. I do things in a way that works for me, that suits me. And along the way, I have been cash stuffing for years. And along the way, there's been a lot of trial and error. And you know, some things have worked, some things have not worked. But what I'm going to go over today is the basics, and just to give you all, or anybody who's interested, an idea of how to do cash stuffing and savings challenges. And some of this may work for you, some of this may not. Some of this you may think, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Is she an idiot? And that's okay too, because we all do it different, and there is no wrong way. There is no wrong way to cash stuff, because the ultimate goal is to fully fund your expenses and to save money. And that is the goal. And so as long as that's the end result, how you get there doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I don't know how long this video will end up being, and I can absolutely guarantee from the get-go that I have forgotten something. I can guarantee that, because even in my most simple and straightforward videos, I forget something. So there's absolute certainty that I will have forgotten something. I'm surrounded by stuff here at the moment that, you know, most of which you can't see, and I have no real rhyme or reason as to how to do this, so bear with me, please bear with me as I fumble my way through. I have a little bit of a cheat sheet off to the side here, off there, just to sort of give me an idea of what I want to talk about. So basically, if you want to start cash stuffing, the main tools that you will need is a pen and a notebook, or a piece of paper. And of course I've forgotten the paper or the notebook. Now, that's basically all you need to start with. But if you want to get creative, and this process, you are only limited by your imagination or by what your thing is. Some people like outlandish and extravagant and complicated. That would be me. That would be me. Other people like to keep it simple, and more power to them. I am envious of anybody who can keep it simple, because that has never been me. So, yeah, so just, you know, and you need money. Of course you need money. How are you going to stuff money if you don't have any? So you would just write down, you know, what categories you want to save for in a notebook or on a piece of paper, and then decide how much out of your budget you want to put toward each of those categories. Now, if you want to get a little bit more involved or a little bit more creative, you have several options. You can get a binder. So this is just a ring binder. I think this is an A6. I'm not sure about sizes. I really suck when it comes to working out sizes. But I think this one is an A6. I'm not sure. But now this one I got from Temu. Now Temu and Wish and Amazon are great sources of getting cash stuffing supplies. They're very reasonably priced. Sometimes they're not the best quality, but you know, that's the risk of Temu and Wish and places like that. Now this one I got off Temu. I actually got 2 of them, and it came with envelopes, which, do I have any here with me? It came with envelopes, like not with the writing on it. I had these ones made, but it came with these type of envelopes with the zipper. And I think there were some tracking sheets as well that they came with. And it was minimal amount. I can't remember exactly how much they were, but a minimal amount. So that's a good way to get yourself started. I have another binder here, which is one that I bought for a completely different purpose, and I no longer use it for that purpose. I got this from Carpe Diem planners.com, and I got it to use it as a daily planner, but you know, I no longer use it for that. I've had this one for years. So when I first got started with cash stuffing, this was the binder that I used because I already had it. And so I was just repurposing something that I had around the house. So that works as well. Now, you don't have to use binders at all. You don't have to use a binder at all. You don't even have to have envelopes. You can just use, and let me find it here beside me. I have so many little piles of stuff. You can use a regular envelope. And you can just pick up a packet of these from your local newsagents or from any, you know, dollar store or something like that. And you can just use these. You just write what the category is on here and put your money inside. And then if you want to use it in a binder, then you have the option. I have a hole punch here where you can just hole punch. So you hole punch the bottom, not the top. And let's see, so there, I've hole punched that, and now this will fit into a binder. This is an oversized envelope. This is just a spare one that I had, and there you go. And so, and then you would just open up, put your money in, you know, and so this would work as well. So you don't need to purchase any, you know, fancy envelopes or have envelopes made, because like making them yourself or purchasing them from somebody who makes them is another option, but that can get pricey. Sorry, I've disappeared. I mean, I'm still here, but I'm just looking for something. Okay, I'm going to end up with stuff all over the floor at the rate I'm going. Now, this is an envelope that I made, and I need to run it through the laminator again because the laminating stuff has come off. But it's just a piece of cardstock folded in half and laminated, and I left enough here to hole punch so that it also goes into a binder like that. And there you've got, you know, you put your money in there. You can write on the front here a category that you want, you know, rent or whatever, and then you save however much you want to save each week, and you put the money into there. So that's another option. Also, there are so many Etsy shops, awesome, amazing, talented creators who make envelopes, who even make the, where did I put that other envelope? Oh, sorry. See, I'm so unorganised, but I cannot, you know, sit down and organise a way to do this, because that's just not how my brain works. But anyway, you know, they might have like a cricket machine, and they can put on, this is actually a sticker, but some creators are able to put like a label on envelopes for you. So you can, you know, put in an order with an Etsy seller, and you can nominate what categories you want for your envelopes, you know, whatever deal that they have going. So that's another option as well. This is just one that I've stuck stickers on. This is another one that I made, I made it a little bit small, and so as I said, it's trial and error. I you know, play around, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is just made using vellum. This is vellum in here, a piece of vellum folded in half and laminated, hole punched down here on the bottom, and it makes an envelope. And so that fits in your binder as well. And so there we've got 3 in there already. Now it's really up to you whether you want a matching set of envelopes, whether you want to mix and match, how you want to do it. It's really personal taste. And so setting up your binder is that easy. And as I said, you don't have to have a binder. If you decide to use just regular ordinary envelopes, you can keep them in a box, or you can just you know, tie them together in some way and keep them in your sock drawer, whatever your thing is. But you know, when you when you get into this budgeting community, you cannot help but get intrigued by the way people do things, and you know, wanting to give that a try yourself. And as I said, some things work, some things don't. I have tried so many different ways over the years, and some of them have worked, and some of them I still do to this day. Some of them have not worked, and so I've just let them go and moved on to a different way of doing things, because everyone's situation is different. So we're not all going to be, you know, like robots and doing things exactly the same way. And as I said, there is no wrong way to do it. All right, so that's how you would set up a binder. You would work out what categories you need. You know, so some people would have mortgage payment, car insurance, rent payments, those sort of things. For me, I don't have any of those. I don't have a mortgage. I don't drive a car. I never learned how to drive. So I don't have car payments. So there's no sense in, you know, copying exactly what somebody else does, because your situation is going to be different. You know, so for me, I've got my binders here. So just give me a second while I grab one. So for me, my categories are, these are my long term. And so I have, you know, the rates on my property, electricity, water, Christmas, birthdays, medical, vet, because I have cats, clothing, holiday, and household. And so that's my long term. My short term are, you know, the monthly bills, like I've got one for savings, I've got eating out, self-care, mowing, because I get the lawn mowed quite regularly by somebody else, medication, grocery buffer, cat buffer, this one's a cat buffer, personal, which is my spending money, which I never have much in there because I spend it all the time, church, that's what I give to my church, phone, and miscellaneous. And so they're the categories that I have, because they're the categories, pardon me, that are necessary for my budget. But yours are going to be different. So, you know, you're going to have categories that I don't have. You may have some that I have, but extras and that sort of stuff. So it's always going to be different for every single person. Now, savings challenges is another thing. So we all want to save money, and it is so much more exciting to play a little bit of a game and to challenge ourselves than it is to just take a lump of money and go and put it in the bank. Where's the fun in that? So as you know, there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of savings challenges available. And you can buy them from Etsy sellers. You can make them yourself. You can, there's a lot of YouTubers who have them free in their Google Drive or in their Ko-fi or other platforms where they can offer up their products free. And just as an example, I've got here a whole lot of savings challenges that I downloaded from different YouTubers. All of them were free, and these ones are actually from Temu. Yeah, so all of these were free, and you know, you could just go to their Ko-fi or whatever and download them. And there's just so many, you know, there's more than you could possibly do in a lifetime, seriously. This is only a fraction of what I have. But doing this, saving in this manner, is so much more fun than just putting money in the bank. Or you can use your saving challenges to put toward your sinking funds. You don't have to just use it for saving money. You can use it for a little bit of an extra boost to paying your mortgage, a little bit of an extra boost to paying your insurance or your pet care, that sort of stuff. So there's unlimited ways to get no cost, like other than, you know, your ink and your printer paper and your time to print these out. And I think it's just so generous of so many YouTubers to offer this to people as a way of having some lovely, gorgeous savings challenges at minimal cost or no cost. Even a lot of these YouTubers sell their items on Ko-fi or on Etsy, and the prices are so reasonable that, you know, if you don't want to have to print them out, if you don't have a printer, you don't know how to print them out, if you just plain don't want to, then you have that option where you can pay a small amount. You're helping out an Etsy shop, earn a little income, like a little extra income for their household, and you're getting a gorgeous savings challenge that you can use to then, you know, make your own savings journey fun. All right, and then of course, if you are a creative person, if you have the time, if you have the finances, you can make your own. Now, I have made quite a few of my own over the years. I've got a collection of them here. They're quite simple. I don't have any of the programs that a lot of makers have. I don't have Canva. I don't have any of those other. I just have what I have. And I'm not even sure what I have. I just usually, you know, if I'm making something, I will go into search and I'll just come up with whatever theme I might want it to be. Like for this one, I wanted Bibles. And so, and I will put in Bible images, where if I want it as a cartoon or I want it as a real life, I put that in, and I always put in free. And the reason for that is because I don't want to be using anything that's copyrighted that isn't offered to the public free, because that's a liability or something. You know, you can't use copyrighted stuff without permission. So I just use like whatever little images I can find, and I like put the amounts in. They're all different, and so they all add up to different amounts, and so that's a whole bunch that I made for myself. Now, if you don't have a computer, you don't have a printer, you can't afford the ink, because ink is just so ridiculously expensive. It's insane. Now, these are just on computer paper. They're not laminated or anything. But if you don't have any of that wherewithal, you can do it without it. You don't have to have a computer to make a savings challenge. For instance, what I've got here beside me, I have a big piece of cardstock, and I have already marked out the size that I want to make my savings challenge. So I'm just going to quickly cut it. Get rid of that big piece there. So I made this 7 centimeters by 12. It's not going to be the neatest cutting because I don't want to take too much time. You can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do. So this is just on scrapbooking cardstock. And so there you've got your size, and if you can't draw, which I cannot even draw a stick figure that doesn't look deformed, but I don't need to be able to draw. I can just use stickers. So I might just want to put some stickers on here. Like that. I'm not doing this very neatly because I'm trying to rush. I don't want this video to be too long. All right, so let's do it like that. Now, I got my, where did I put my markers? So I just got a marker that came in my Temu order a couple of days ago, which I've got a video about that, and it will go up, but I just haven't put it up yet. And so I might write something like here on here, so like something cash in the jar. All right, just, you know, for an example, like, and so I might decide that each one of these is $5. So if I mark a 5 like that, and then when it comes time to do this challenge, I might want to say $5, $10 in this challenge and mark it off as I go. And this savings challenge that I've just whipped up now would save $30, and I might want to put that in savings or put it toward the cats or groceries or whatever. So making a savings challenge is as simple as that. You don't even have to have cardstock. If you don't have scrapbooking cardstock, that's okay. You can use something like this. This is just this is out of a binder that I purchased off Temu, and it came with this craft paper style leaves in it, and so it's already hole punched to fit in your binder. And so again, I might want to use stickers, and I could use these rainbow ones, like boho rainbow stickers, I think they are, and just put those on. Oh, it is so hot here today. It's overcast, which I like, but it is making the humidity unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm just, oh gosh, I feel so uncomfortable. All right, so we've put 6 boho rainbows on there. So let's call this one, or get these other. So if you've got coloured markers, these are some other ones that I got from Temu as well in my latest order. And that's the brush side. So you might want to do something like if you can write fancy with which I can't. And just name it like that. Rainbow savings. And then if you have any number stickers, which I do have, but I think they're in the bedroom, you could put numbers to each of these for different amounts, or you could also like draw a little box like that under each of them, and then make it a roll and save. So you just get a dice. Oh, I just drew on myself. Yeah, so you just get a dice and save whatever the dice, whatever you roll on the dice. So you may roll the dice and get a 6, so you would save 6 for this one. You may get 2 for this one. And then, so the total amount at the end is then a surprise. And so, like, there you have a savings challenge. You can laminate it if you want to. You don't have to if you don't have a laminator. That doesn't matter. But it's as simple as that to make savings challenges. You don't have to have the wherewithal. You don't have to have, you know, a computer or printer to do it. You just need your imagination. So there are 2 options that you can do to make savings challenges. As I said, I've got these ones. There's a lot more to them, but there's like a whole set of these ones that they're double-sided. They've got the budgeting on the back that you can you know, keep track of what you're saving. And these ones came from Temu. There was, like I said, there was a whole heap of them, so it's not just these ones. And then another option, if you do have a computer, like you could make something like that. Just be creative, like however creative you want to be or not want to be. This is just on computer paper. You could laminate it I'll just cut that out. Get rid of the excess paper. Put that over there. I mean, you could just make them rectangular, but I was playing around this morning when I was getting ready for this video, and I thought, oh, what happens if I use a different shape instead of a rectangle? Because sometimes, you know, you might get bored with a rectangle or a square. You might want something different. I saw one YouTuber had in her Ko-fi, and I did print them out. I haven't cutted them yet. I haven't cutted them. How's that for bad English? I haven't cut them out yet, but she did some heart-shaped ones, which were just so adorable. So, you know, why not do, you know, something this looks like a cathedral window. And, you know, you just make up your own, you know, title for it. You don't even have to have a title. You can just call it Savings Challenge. I just called this one Happiness is a Kitty because that's what I believe. And my kitty is sleeping on the bench beside me now. And she's a very happy kitty. She's not liking this heat either, I can tell you. So with this one, I could decide myself how much I want to save. I might want to save $10 one week. The next week, I might only have $5. You know, I might be really rich the week after and save $30. That's up to me. And it's up to you. And like I said, you can roll and save. You can use 1 dice, 2 dices. You can use a 20-sided dice, a 30-sided dice. I did get some dice in my my Temu order, and so I haven't started using those yet, but I did get those. So but that's another idea. Again, you can laminate it if you want to. You don't have to. This one might be a little bit big to fit inside an envelope because I think I made it a little bit too long. Yeah, so, and a bit too wide. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to go into an envelope. You can just sort of tuck it in somewhere. Or if you use a bigger size binder, there are bigger envelopes that you can get for something like that. But it's just a matter of playing around and you know, doing what works for you and using your imagination. As I said, you are limited only by your imagination. All right, so next, some other options that you have for your savings challenges is people like to use prop notes or placeholders. So that's in place of money that they have already taken to the bank. So for instance, in mine, where's my binder? In my rates envelope, I have, get my hands working, get that out of the way. So I have some cash in here. So I've got like, what is that, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. I've got $100 in cash, but I've also got $2,600 in placeholders because I don't want to have $2,600 in cash sitting in an envelope in my house. So often people will use placeholders to represent the money that is already in the bank, because then that keeps helps you to keep track of how much you've actually saved for that particular bill. And so these are just some that I made. I do have these available for sale on my Ko-fi, and I'm going to play around when I have a bit more time with some different designs as well, but at the moment I do have these available on my Ko-fi. And again, these are just done on the computer. This is done on a little bit thicker computer paper. You can laminate them, which is what I have done with mine, but you don't have to. You can print them on cardstock so that they still are sturdy. You can do them on ordinary paper. You don't even have to do computerized ones. You can just write the amount on a piece of paper, on a piece of note paper, on a sticky note, whatever works for you. This does not have to cost you a lot of money. It can do, it really can. It can get a little bit crazy, and I know that from experience because me and Temu late at night, it's a bad combination. But you don't have to spend money. You don't have to spend a lot of money. It's really up to you how you want to do this. So things like placeholders can be done just on an ordinary piece of note paper. And then the other thing that gets used in binders a lot are dashboards. So these are just some dashboards that I whipped up this morning. Pardon me. So again, let me show you. So this is a dashboard. So this just tells me at a glance that this folder is for my long-term savings challenges. And then this one over here, this is my short-term savings challenges. And then in some of my other binders that I have other dashboards that sort of just at a glance describe what's in there. Now these are two that I made for two more sections that I needed, because I have a binder that I'm doing a big book savings challenge, and so I made a dashboard for that, and then I started just a one-off self-care challenge, and so I wanted a dashboard to put in front of that, you know, so that I could see at a glance where these things are. So again, you can laminate them, but you don't have to. You can do it on cardstock. You don't have to have a dashboard at all. For a long time I didn't, but it's really up to you. All of these things are up to you, what you want to do. Now some other tools that you might want to have are a cash tray. So when you do come to syncing, like when you've done your budget, you've worked out how much money you're going to be putting to each of your sinking funds, and it's time. Look at this mess. Like seriously, look. Look at this mess. Oh my gosh. And we're already up to 31 minutes on this. All right, but we're almost done. Yeah, you might have your money ready to start putting into your sinking funds. Now you can just lay it down on the side just here, you know, your 20s, your 10s, your 5s. You don't have to have a cash tray. And I didn't for a while, but then I made myself, I just made myself one. I just made it out of cardboard, and but it is quite big, but it served the purpose until I bought one. And so I got this from Temu. I haven't used it yet because, as I said, I only got the Temu order a couple of days ago. So that's something else you can have, but as I said, you don't have to have one, but that's an option for you as well. I'm running out of room to put things. Just set that over there. Now, some other options too is that you don't have to go to all of this trouble. You don't have to do any of that. You can do something as simple as a little business card holder. That's all this is. It's a business card holder. And so for a while, this was one of my savings challenges. I just wrote these numbers, these amounts on each side of the little pockets, and as I could afford it, that's what I would put in. So I would put in 20 in there. On this other side, I would put in 5 in there, 15, 10. So this is another option. You can pick these up at any cheapy store, any dollar store like the Reject Shop or anything like that, for a couple of dollars. And so that's an option. There's a bigger version of it, which I did get this on Wish. So this is a bigger version of it, and I made this as my 100 envelope challenge. Rather than having a whole bunch of envelopes, I just put the money in each of these. This had 109 pockets, so I was actually going to save up to $109. I never completed this because I am yet to complete the 100 envelope challenge, although I have one going at the moment and I am bound and determined. But we'll see what happens. But this is another option. This is just, and like, so this is a business card holder, but also those, what are they, you know, like baseball card holders. You can get big folders, you know, binders that have the big sleeves in it that hold the baseball cards. You could use one of those. So this is something else that you can use for a savings challenge. You can also buy ready-made savings challenges off Temu and Wish. This is one that I got on Temu. And this is a $1,000 savings challenge. In each envelope you put away $40, and it came with the little numbers and that. So this is another one I started but never completed. The story of my life. But this is another option, and these are so cute. They're so, like, they're little. I ordered one of these, and for some reason they sent me two, but I mean, who am I to complain? But yeah, so I have those. This one here, this is the 52-week challenge, which again, this is off Temu, and this has the business card style envelopes, and it came with these labels that have all the numbers on it. I did start this one as well. I didn't like this quite as much. I found this, so this is a good indication of something that did not work for me. I mean, I love the idea of a 52-week challenge. I just don't like this binder, because once it got filled up with money, the cover kept popping off, and you know, the sleeves kept popping out, and so I found this a little bit irritating. So I ended up stopping that and putting the money elsewhere. Another option that you can do is you can buy books. Now, there are some YouTube sellers who make their own books. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm doing one at the moment, Neurelis Budgets. She's the YouTuber, and it's her big book of dreams. And so I'm currently doing that. I've got another one in the wings ready to go, Joe's Blue Book. And they're ones that they're giving away free. But if you want to purchase one, you've got options like this. There's some bigger ones. Yes, you can see I started this, but I ended up putting the money elsewhere. But, you know, they come with pre-made savings challenges, which are great. But the problem is it depends on what your income is. I'm a low-income person, so trying to save up $300 at a time, like a week, $400 in a week or however, that's impossible for me. The same here. I can't do this. I can't save up $300 at a time. So it's that these ones, a lot of these weren't an option. Some of them were, but a lot of them weren't an option. Like this one, save $5,000 in 52 weeks. I mean, it's a nice thought, but I can't save $150 a week. I just can't do it. So this, and that's the downside of buying something on Temu or Wish, is that you don't get to have a look through all of the pages, but you have that option if that's something that you want to do. My pile here is growing. It's getting bigger. But I think I've just about covered everything. Now, there are things that you can do, you know, to take things a little bit further. Like people have made, like this is a laminated card goal reach. So when you might be saving up, say, for a new computer, and you want to save up $1,000 for a new computer, when you get to your 1,000, you can victoriously put something like this in that shows that it is, you've reached your goal. So these are like, you know, placeholders and things like that. Just hold on, I've got one more thing to show you. Okay, so one thing that I just made yesterday, I only made this yesterday, and this is an IOU slip. It's laminated, just made on computer paper. And because sometimes when you're and this is the first time I've ever made them, first time I've ever had one, because they're not a necessity. They're a nice thing to have, but they're not a necessity. But when you're doing a savings challenge, like say a scratch off savings challenge, and I've got one going at the moment. I've actually got two going, but one of them I actually owe. I think I owe $3 to it because I scratched off a number that was higher than the actual amount of money that I had. So you can, in order to keep track of what you're doing and where you may need to, you know, pay back some money at a later date, you can have IOU cards or slips. And so I made those yesterday. Another thing that you can do if you want to get creative is, and I haven't used this yet, but this is something that I want to do, these are scratch off stickers. And so when I make my my challenges, and this will be the first time I've done this too, I can make my challenges, and instead of putting a box there and making it a random number, I can put the number there and place one of these over the top. So at a later date, when I've forgotten what's under there, or if I sell something like this, the recipient doesn't know how much it's going to add up to. And each time they want to save some money to that savings challenge, they would scratch off one of the scratches. And so that just makes it a little bit more fun. There are unlimited options for savings challenges, for savings categories, ways to do it. This is another example. This is just an envelope that I had, and I put some stickers that I had from scrapbooking on there, and this is where I was saving for my birthday. Or you can just do them with ordinary stickers on, just to make them, you know, a little bit nicer. There's no limit. The only limit is your own imagination. So don't let anything stop you from doing it your way. And I hope this has helped. I hope this has not been too confusing for people. And if you look at this mess, and this is just a fraction of what I have, you can see for yourself just how big this can get. And it's up to you. Again, it is up to you as to how big you let it get, or how small you want to keep it, how simple or how complicated. As you can see, I'm a hot mess. I am a complicated hot mess in almost everything that I do. But I think you've seen enough of my videos to know that this is how I roll. And it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. And now I'm going to dig myself out of this mountain of a mess and get this mess cleaned up. But thank you for watching this video. I really hope it's helped. And Lana, this is especially for you. Thank you so much for coming to me with that question. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you glean a lot from it. And as I said, do it your way. There is no wrong way to do it. All right. God bless. I love you. Bye-bye.